Imagine living your everyday life, and then this happens. This is the everyday life of an average Chinese citizen, and the culprit of such horrors is smog. Which begs the question, what is smog? According to National Geographic, smog is air pollution that reduces visibility and is also a mixture of the words smoke and fog. Caused by the burning of fossil fuels, primarily coal, it is a common sight in heavy industrial areas such as capital cities of China, Beijing, and Shanghai. Although it can also be found in small coal mining towns such as Linfen in the Shaanxi province of China, where every day kids are forced to play in dirty rivers and the sun sets early behind a thick curtain of smog. There are many people directly affected by this problem, such as the stakeholders of the Chinese government and Chinese citizens, while on the other side of the coin, the ones causing the problem, the big and powerful companies that own coal-burning factories, such as Apple or Audi. The government is affected by having to ensure the well-beings of their citizen, while the citizens are affected through inhaling the smog, causing asthma attacks, pneumonia, bronchitis, and in worst cases, even cancer, which are the worries of this everyday citizen of China.
你说我们在外头天天在外头跑，呼吸这样的空气，我觉得早晚就得癌症，真的。所以说环保尤为重要。
Although this doesn't only affect citizens in China. Lately, it has been affecting the citizens of the United States with heavy evidence exclaiming that air pollution found in China is found in places of the west coast on the US. Here are some thoughts from a US citizen.
My opinion about smog. I really don't like smog. I used to live in California in San Gabriel Valley, and I used to get like really bad headaches and my eyes would water. And on smog days during school, we weren't allowed to let children to go outside to play. We had to play inside the classroom. So smog is really bad. Because I think that the United States, we get a lot of the smog from China on our west coast.
The situation is dire and only gets worse every day. Millions of citizens in China suffer because of these big companies, and they're even going as far as to profit more from the suffering of these citizens, as explained by this next interview.
Well, now, especially in the nation capital called Beijing, people usually like having a lot of like asthma, and I heard that now they actually buy oxygen or air in bottle from Canada. It's like I think it's like $10 per bottle, and you can use it to like breathe fresh air. Whatever.
Some people justify this by saying that air pollution is a necessary evil for economic prosperity, but I think there can be a compromise.
And it is the cost of the economic expansions, because like we have to balance out like do we want like healthy environment or we want poverty, right? Do we want industrialization, industry, factory, or we want fresh air? So it is very like a very compromising like issues, and because of industrialization that help people get out of poverty in China, but the negative effects of this is the air pollution. Question should be like how can we minimize this pollution but at the same time maximizing the economic benefit for the people.
With that in mind, what could possibly be done to combat this problem? Well, the best and most economically sound solution would have to be carbon tax. According to the Carbon Tax Censor, a carbon tax is a fee imposed on the burning of carbon-based fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. Everybody knows that the only way to talk to big companies is to take their money away. Imposing a carbon tax would urge the big companies to come up with ways to be more efficient and emit less carbon because they are losing profits due to it. Projected to have a 34% decrease in the use of coal with a $25 fee per each ton of carbon emitted. It is no question that imposing a carbon tax would be successful. But the benefits don't stop there. With the money gathered by the government from this carbon tax, they would be able to have enough money to privatize the creation of air filtration systems for houses, which could guarantee the safe breathing space inside of homes. While the situation is dire and many people are suffering, there is hope, and you can make change. You can urge your government and send letters to your local representatives about carbon taxing to ensure smog doesn't start in your area. You can also donate to carbontax.org and spread the word of carbon tax in order to stop such horrors that China is facing today. And maybe one day, we will finally rid this earth of pollution and restore it into its original healthy and beautiful state.